Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me about your feelings. Figure out the meaning on Cat Nation. Get into the moment. Share your inner feelings. Make a conversation on Cat Nation. Let's talk Cat Nation.
Welcome to Cat Nation Let's Talk. Today we have on the panel, we have two young men. We have Kevin Kemp and we have Julian Chapman. They're going to tell you their story of what happened. You know my concept, everybody have a story to tell. And this just recently happened to both of them. They're going to share with you something that we got to touch on. And I'm going to start with Mr. Kemp.
Yes. Well, the situation is that where we all know what's going on in this country with the racial profiling and the racial, blacks being killed and whatnot off of simple situations that's going on. But our story is pretty much that simple. It was a car accident. That's where it started at is. And as you see, as the story progresses, you will see it turned into something totally different than a car accident that was not our fault. We was actually hit by two other vehicles behind us. And what turned out to a simple car accident turned into something what we're fit to talk about now, which is it a crime to be black? That's what I want to know. And that's what I'm feeling like. And what I just experienced, I can't tell you how much deeply it bothers me concerning that. I know if it was my son in my situation, I know he probably would be dead right now. So, because he wouldn't know how to handle such a situation, which what I had to go through. And pretty much we called the cops. I called the cops to a car accident. We already waited an hour. And we pretty much sat there and got there, hour and a half, and we went through the process. We got there, he took their information. The guy that actually caused the accident, he spent about 2 or 3 minutes with him, get his information. The woman that he hit us,
she had 2 kids.
Yeah, had some kids in the car, and he spent a few minutes with her getting her information. Then he come to me to get my information, and which turned out to be an hour and a half or so with getting our information. And also he discovered that he smelled marijuana. I know I've never smoked, and there was no marijuana, no anything going on like that. It's never been a situation like this I've ever encountered before. So like I told him before, he's mistaken about the marijuana. All I smell is cologne in the car. But whatever he think, that's just his opinion. And as far as my doing, I guess I seem suspicious to him. And with my travel, since I woke up in Irving and I ended up in Houston, he figured that was a big red flag on, I guess, maybe drug trafficking. I think it was simple. The fact there was 3 black males in the car. It was that simple for him. And I guess he was trying to play the numbers game. He got to figure 3 black males, one of them got to have a warrant or something going on. So he was trying to get him a collar. He was trying to get him a collar, and if it's a drug bust, that's even a bigger collar for him. So that was his angle to say to try to search the car was smell marijuana, and I could clearly smell nothing but our cologne in there. That's it. And then after that, he took me to the back of the car, and like I asked him before, I said, "Are you here for the car accident, or are you here for something else?" I said, "I'm not understanding exactly what are you here for." And he's like, "Well, you mind if I talk to your passengers?" And I was like,
"Here's the deal, guys. We just got hit by 2 cars. Now, my boy from Dallas is in town, and he came to support the show. What's going on tonight now? Long story short, we got hit by 2 cars. Everybody got insurance, all that good stuff. Police looked at everybody's ID, but he kept my ID, the driver, my friend's ID, and Mrs. Nephew's ID. He kept our ID. Went back to the car, sat down, stayed there for a while. Of course, we all know he running our ID.
Came to y'all, and I guess he had talked to yourself and Julian. That's
He
when.
just asked me for my ID. Pretty much asked me was I okay, did I want an ambulance. I felt like, okay, didn't really want to talk to y'all. I was in discomfort, so I don't know. After that point, I was in pain so much, I didn't really feel like communicating with anyone. So at that point, he decided to go back and talk to you because he didn't want to talk to me anymore. 'Cause apparently, I just was kind of out of it a little bit, I would have to say.
And then he came back to me and he said, is there anything illegal in your vehicle? And I was like, no, there's nothing illegal in the vehicle. I told you the story once again, what I've done through the whole day up to this point, exactly what I've done. You can collaborate my story to any location. I got my phone. You can pull up my phone and see my credit card usage at each state and where I was at. I ate at Carl Jr.'s earlier today. I met my friend in Galveston. We was on our way to Houston. Then we on I-45. We was slammed in the back of the car. We got hit, rear-ended by the people back here.
2 trucks.
2 vehicles, and that's where we at right now. That's what I thought you came here for.
And why did you call the police? Why didn't you just get information from the vehicles and move forward?
I didn't call the police. I called the police because I knew for a fact the guy that hit us was he was a young kid. He's 20 years old. He was acting a little funny, and he was trying to rush through things. He just didn't seem stable. Then he had an insurance company I've never heard of. It's Sprago, whatever. I just never heard of this before. And the woman that he hit, the attorney lady that lives in that area, she'd never heard of it, and she don't know what it was. She said, let's make sure this is real so he won't be getting away with nothing. I mean, my car is really damaged, bad. Trunk is all dented in. It's just the whole back is tore off.
How about your injuries? Any injury?
I got headaches. My neck and back is shaky, and then my main thing is my shoulder. It's just really been bothering me, and so I know that's messed up, and I just have continuous headaches going on, and I'm just trying to get through this process. But at that time, it wasn't even about the car accident. It was about where we at, who are we, and what we trying to do, and he kept saying he's just not quite sure. He said something is fishy, something not adding up, and I recalculate things, and I said, what are you confused about? Maybe I can clear it up for you. He kept on like, well, I said, is it a crime for me just beating somebody that's in my car? I just met him. I said, that the crime? I just met Julian? I said, what is the problem? I said, is it a crime that he's from Chicago? Is it a crime that I'm from Dallas? Is it a crime that he's from Houston? I didn't know what was going on with that, so I said, I understand the situation, but I told you how we all came about. We're going to do a show for my friend Kat here, and I said, that's why we all together. That's why we came together, and that's where we was headed.
So let me see if I get this right. You're saying you called the police to come and help you. When he was there, did he offer you ambulance? Did he want concern about your injury?
He wasn't concerned about anything but who I was, where I come from, why am I here, and what I was going, and where was I going to.
And you said he took everybody's license in your car vehicle?
He took everybody's license in my vehicle. The people that hit us, he didn't confiscate their vehicle. He didn't confiscate their ID. He didn't question them. He had nothing to say to them. He was just concerned about the 3 black males.
And after he took your license, what did he do?
He took the license, kept it for about an hour. I guess he was running my name and all my occupants' name in the car, and I guess he was trying to find out if any of us had a warrant or anything that was going on with us nationwide. Not just statewide, but nationwide.
Which I feel like is kind of wrong because we were the victims.
Yeah. I mean, I figured out very quickly within the first 30 seconds of meeting him that I knew it was what he wasn't here about the accident. It was something else. It's all the stuff he asked me.
And the young man that hit the lady that hit you, did he question that guy? Did he search him? Did he try to find out why he hit the lady that hit you? Well, how did he interact with that young man?
He spent about a few minutes with him. He pretty much didn't question about anything. He told me the kid told him that he was at fault and that everything came to a stop too quick, and that was it. I just hit him. That was it.
So it was brief.
Very brief. And he didn't really have anything to say about it. He didn't say if the kid might have been messing with his phone, drunk, anything. That was it. And didn't question him about anything else from that point on.
Julian,
Yes.
while this was happening, how you felt? Physically, mentally, and everything overall?
Honestly, I felt like I was being prosecuted in some type of manner, like I was the one that did something wrong. And I'm in the back seat of a vehicle the officer asked me to get out of the car, and I asked him why. So at that point I didn't really understand why. So he said because I said so, so I got out. So from that point he decided to search the vehicle. Okay, so I don't understand why you're searching the vehicle, and we were the ones who called you. So pretty much it seems like you were stereotyping us from the get-go of you arriving on the scene of an accident.
Do you feel your rights was violated?
Yes, I do.
There's no doubt about that. Rights were violated. He knew he was in the wrong. The passenger, the woman that that got pushed into our car, she's an attorney. Her husband is an attorney. And she said she knew off the bat. She's trying to figure out what's going on. She kept saying, Kevin, what's happening? What's going on with this? Why is he doing this? I'm like, I think you understand why he's doing it. Just let him go through his process and do what he got to do. And I'll do what I got to do later. But like I told him, I said, I'm going home to my family. There's no doubt about that.
Why did you give him consent to search your vehicle?
I had nothing to hide. I already told him the whole process. He told me wasting his time. But like I told him then, I said, you climbing a tree, you're going to have to fall from it. So deal with that consequences. I had nothing to hide whatsoever. We've done nothing wrong. I'm the one made the call to report an accident, to cover myself and to make sure my family's taken care of and make sure everything was all right with my friends and my passengers. I was doing right by them, by letting them do what they had to do. So we had nothing to hide.
Alright, I'm going live right now. It was in a car accident. We got hit by 2 cars. And the police officer on the scene is searching us for drugs.
In the beginning, you mentioned something about having kids, and if this would have happened to your son, you feel it would have been a different outcome.
We was clearly upset. We handled things a little bit differently. Older school, we know how to. I remained calm, and even though inside I knew I was boiling, but I knew, Judah, his emotion did show, and understandably, he was hit. He took a blunt of a vehicle jammed in his back, and was pretty much knocked into my seat. And he got pains in his ribs and back, and everything else is going on. So I can understand why you're upset, and then to be coming there and somebody to persecute you for doing nothing wrong. I understood his anger. I couldn't let it show at that time because I didn't want things to escalate, because I knew at this time and point it can possibly escalate to somebody being really injured or shot. And he touched his gun multiple times when Julian reacted or was acting mad or angry about the situation. And I would tell the officer, I said, there's no need for that. You ain't got to do all that. He's been in an accident. He just upset, and let it go. And he went to his gun multiple times, touched it like he was gonna do something, and I just said, it ain't necessary. So I know with my son, I know he's a little hothead, little temper. So I know if it was him, it might have ended differently. It might have been ended with a death of my son. And from my experience and being in this world almost 50 years, it's almost, I thought this wouldn't exist by the time at my age. When I was 20, I could see this happening. But by now, I thought it'd been totally different, but it's not. It's getting worse. It's almost like they have a right to do whatever, and that's why I'm doing this, sitting here now explaining to them something has to change.
And where was this? What town? What city?
Webster, Texas. Webster Police Department came to the scene. Officer Brian B. Doe, or whatever his name may be, I'm sure his name is all over the Facebook, everything, if you want to see exactly what happened. But the situation is that this can't happen anymore. We can't just keep talking about it. Something's got to change.
Something definitely got to change.
We need the system is broke. It's not just this police officer, it's the whole system, bro. It's a systematic decision that he made to come in and say, well, it's a 3-car pileup. The 3 black guys need to be ran to figure out what's going on with them. Then on after all that, he searches my car and
He kept my license. He kept his license. Look at him. He searched our car for drugs. He finally gonna give us our license back. No, he hit us. He hit us. Police over there. That's what he did, y'all. I'm sorry. It's 3 black men in this car. He took our license, ran our license. He still got my license for over an hour now. Oh, I finally got my license back, y'all. Let's see if he searched her car. We know we ain't gonna search her car, but let's just see. I ain't putting nothing down. Let me go report this to his boss. Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. We got hit by 2 cars. We don't have no drugs. We don't have no nothing. But your officer kept my license for over an hour, ran my license, checked my license, searched the car for drugs, harassed us. Y'all gonna hear about this. Y'all gonna hear about this. Believe that. Believe that. You harassed the wrong person. Believe that. They gonna search us for drugs. I can pass a drug test. You know something? I challenge him to a drug test. Let's see who passed the drug test. Me or your officer. I don't even do drugs. I bet he got drugs in the system. I'm coming to your office and I wanted him to take a drug test. Yeah, I hope y'all got me on video. You understand? You want to take a drug test, I'll take a drug test. You gonna search me for drugs. Ain't this some bullshit? I'm so heated right now. Look at him, look at him. Look at him, he gonna, look. You gonna search, you can search him them too? He got jokes, he wanna do a selfie. I just wanna know if he gonna search everybody, but I guess not. He got jokes, y'all, talking about, you want me to get a selfie with you? You want me to get a selfie with you? He pissing me off. He full of shit.
You ain't search nobody else.
He ain't say that. He ain't search nobody's shit.
Is it because we black? Please let me know.
It is because we black.
I guess we were detained and we was free to go. Even though I thought we'd been free since it was a car accident. He just came supposed to be making a report. That's what I thought.
And we were the injured party. That's the peculiar thing to me.
So that's pretty much everything that happened in a nutshell, and things got to change.
Well, you heard it here live on Cat TV. Kevin Kemp, Julian Chapman, me, the director, the producer, Colin Thompson. Yes, I was part of this accident. Yes, I witnessed this. Yes, I felt that my rights was violated. Listening to their story, I don't even know if they looked at me. It's a couple of times I went in the zone and I was just depressed because I too have 2 young sons. And when you call for help, your brain cells are locked in on you're getting help. And the way that officer came to the scene and the way he just jumped on us and he wants license and he checking us and he wants to search car and all that, that could have easily sent like Kevin touched on, the younger generation in the wrong way, because they go for help. They didn't call you to come search me and to come check my ID if I got a ticket or whatever. And unfortunately, these days with these stupid laws and these surcharges and all this crazy system that you have in Texas, I don't know if it's other place, a lot of people have suspended license and don't even know it because they might have got a ticket and there's a surcharge and all this. So he knew what he was doing. His chances of finding a ticket or the 33%, because it's three of us, was very good. His chances for finding a warrant was very good. And I feel like he saw three young men that got hit. We were in pain. We were hurting. We were the victim. And he was trying his best to lock us up or discredit this. So when it goes to the insurance, it turns out he's license suspended or this or that. And he tried and he tried and he tried. And to me, I feel that is wrong. I am a 52-year-old man, raised my 3 kids, and I am very, very, very hurt and disappointed. This is Cat TV. You heard it from...
One more thing to say.
Please.
Apology not accepted.
I agree with that statement.
I'm going to take it to another level, guys. I am so glad you both said that. You got to realize that we got to accept this apology. We have to forgive. We're not going to let his demons hold us back. And that's what we realize. Yes, we were violated. But if we fall into this apology not accepted mentality, let our peers do that. But we are the victim. And we are not going to fight fire with fire. We will definitely bring water to this fire. And the only way you can bring water to the fire is by forgiving him as a start. Because the more we hold this anger, we're no different from him. We're going to end it by Julian saying what you got to say. Let the world know your injuries, your whole outcome of this. Give it to me.
Well, let's start with my injuries. Got a headache. I've had a headache since yesterday. Shoulder pain. My ribs are quivering. I'm having lower and middle back pain. And a little bit of knee pain. And pretty much like my pain levels are pretty much like at an 8 or 9. So for me to be prosecuted or justified as a criminal and being a victim, feeling victimized, was very harsh and cruel. So as far as that goes, I have nothing much to say, but I can't forgive.
Had pretty much same as Julian. Headaches, back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, but the whole upper part of my body, pretty much from mid-range up to all the way to the top of my head, got pain in every area. My outtake on this, I just want things to change. I don't want things to change when my kids get older. I don't want things to change when my grandchild get older. I want things to change in my time, now.
You heard it here live. Cat TV. One love, one heart. Thank you for tuning in to Cat TV.
Father, we would like to thank you for this opportunity to express our feelings and get it out in a positive and a negative manner, but yet, coming out on the positive side of things. We're hoping that this situation, we can put a light on it so it won't be happening to so many other people after us, the next generation, and so on and so on. We're just hoping that You can pray for those that have any kind of malcontent in their heart, for those of different color, or race, or creed, or whatever the nationality may be. They need to, I just wish you could touch everybody's heart and make them understand we all in one big boat together. And we just need to complete this mission of love and peace and generosity toward one another. And I pray for all those that don't have that compassion in their hearts.
And we would like to thank you for waking us up this morning and bringing us together, even though we know that this world has its evils and upcomings and downcomings. So we'd just like to thank you for keeping us able to wake up for another day and to see another day.
Father God in heaven, as we come here together, Lord, we come in your name, O Lord. We come in Jesus' name, O Lord. You are the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end, O Lord. Which tells me that this is a divine guidance moment, O Lord. You chose us three for a reason. You chose me because I have the camera. You chose this young man, Julian, for his generation. You chose my friend over here because me and this young man is bonded from day one, and we probably better friends than the people we grew up with. We now want you to give us the guidance on where to go next, oh Lord. We want you to be our eyes. We want you to lead us and guide us, oh Lord. We want to be the voice to let people know that what was done to us was not right.
Amen.
Father God in heaven, we need you to lead us and guide us, oh Lord. We want to give thanks for our health, even though we're in pain, but it could have been worse, Father God in heaven. We want to give you thanks, oh Lord, and we want to bless each and every one of us that was in this accident. We want you to bless the world, oh Lord, and like Kevin said, we want you to open everybody's heart and realize that love and hate can never be friends, God. And the only way to conquer that is with love. Love, 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 love. Father God in heaven, we come to you, Lord, in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me about your feelings. Figure out the meaning. Uncat Nation. Get into the moment. Share your inner feeling. Make a conversation. Uncat Nation. Let's talk Cat Nation. Across the nation. Come on, let's talk, let's talk. I wanna hear you talk. Your voice, my voice, their voices. Let's tell it to Cat Nation. Just don't be shy to share it. I want them all to hear it. Tell them what you're thinking. Tell me about your feelings. Figure out the meaning. Uncat